Alright, so let's talk about American Pop. So, this is a movie created by the legendary Ralph Bakshi. So, I've had some mixed opinions on all of his movies so far. Well, yeah, pretty much all of the ones he's done so far, I've had some mixed opinions with. But if there's anything to say about him, he's got a clear vision with his style, and he does go for some very deep messages on you know basically American civilization and just all kinds of social commentary. But for a couple movies, I kind of felt it was buried under pretty much just it felt kind of surface level under the I'm talking about some stuff that's a little over my head, but I'll admit, or yeah, it's a little over my head, but otherwise there is kind of an air of pretense with some of his movies. Mainly the first two, Fritz the Cat and Heavy Traffic. But I think he has kind of been growing on me a bit more with the next few movies. Coonskin, Wizards, his Lord of the Rings adaptation. But but yeah, I greatly appreciate the style he goes for, and also his identity, and kind of being the anti-Disney, like pretty much the polar opposite of Disney. So with that in mind, this one is probably, in fact, I think I would say with quite a bit of certainty, this is my favorite of his movies so far. It's actually surprisingly, it's definitely not like a family movie or anything, but it's quite tame compared to most of his other movies. I was expecting it to be like super adult, like his first few, but no, it was actually pretty tame compared to Fritz, Heavy Traffic, and Coonskin. But hell, it kind of has less explicit nudity than Wizards. Although I do wonder if the version I watched on YouTube might have been censored to some degree. I'm not sure, but it is an R-rated movie either way. Anyway, let's talk about the plot. I mean, in general, we kind of focus on a few generations of this specific family. You know, the movie starts out in 1905, and we have this Jewish family who's we have a kid escaping with his mom to America after the rest of their family gets killed by Cossacks, and it's Imperial Russia. So yeah, they move to New York, and then the kid starts working for this. I guess he's with the mafia, but he's also I know they're kind of with the mafia, but yeah, he's working like at a burlesque house, and let's see. And it kind of details like him growing up. At one point, his voice gets, or his voice box gets like super. Well, let me see. According to Wikipedia, he sustains a wound to his throat during a German air raid. Oh yeah, he's a singer for a little while, but yeah, then after he gets injured in the throat, he can't sing anymore. His voice is all gravelly. But yeah, he still continues performing as a clown. Yeah, I'm reading these little plot points off of Wikipedia here. Well, basically, the story is like going through a couple generations. We start out with this main character, Zalmi. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. I don't know. And then he has a son who becomes a piano player. But he gets killed in World War II, and then, before he gets killed, he has a son named Tony who becomes this, he's kind of a, ruffian, and, then he goes to Kansas. Again, I'm just reading off of Wikipedia here. I'm trying to remember all the little plot points, but, we spend most of the movie with Tony, so, he kind of, takes on a career as, like, a songwriter, and, like, it starts out in the 50s. He's a teenager in the 50s, but then, like, he starts writing music for this band in the 60s, this hippie band, basically. And both him and the female lead singer, they start becoming serious drug, heroin addicts. And they both take on these very destructive personalities, mostly self-destructive, and then, his girlfriend or whatever, she ODs, and I guess Tony looks after this kid who he had with, he's like the kid's like a love child he had with this girl he met in Kansas or something. I'm trying to remember. Yeah. He starts looking after the kid. He's a pretty lousy parent. Honestly, Tony's a pretty lousy person, but yeah, I think the movie's pretty well aware how terrible he is as a person. Let's see, they're kind of homeless for a while, but then he, like, ditches the kid, and the kid grows up to be, like, this big musician, early 80s or whatever. We kind of go through, like, basically 4 generations of this family. We focus on Zalmi for a little while, and then, his son Nicky, and then his son Tony, and then finally, hold on, and then Tony's illegitimate son Pete, or what'd you call it, his love child, or whatever you call him. It's 4 generations, and we see their lives through the lens of these, through, like, all the decades from the early 1900s. pretty much from the turn of the century all the way to, modern times, or modern by when this movie was released, which is 81. And yeah, it does look like basically the early 80s at the end. So yeah, it's a very unique, lens, just overall look at the culture throughout all the decades up to that point. And yeah, mostly the music scene, but yeah, also just kind of the world in general. And in terms of story, there's not a whole lot. There's not a whole lot to it. It's mostly like the lives of these, 4 generations. But yeah, it it is very well told. We see, watching everything kind of develop, the the whole pop culture scene, the whole music scene. I could probably write a much better analysis of this movie on paper than I'm giving, off the cuff here, but, it's very well expressed, and, the characters are very interesting, even the ones that are, like, terrible people, like, Tony is obviously a piece of crap, and, yeah, his girlfriend from that band is probably even worse. Yeah, there's some bad people in the movie, but even then, it's they're fascinating bad people. And it's interesting, watching them and seeing like kind of the consequences of their actions, and how it affects them, how it affects the people around them. Yeah. I think this was a very unique, well-told, and, very strong character, character analysis, I guess. Yeah, again, I'm trying to find the right words to, like, fully analyze the movie off the cuff here. I could probably write a much better worded, like, paper out of this, because, I'm not usually the best speaker, yeah, I'm not usually the best live speaker or whatever, but, either way, it was a very, unique look at everything, the lives of these people, the generations, the time periods all throughout, the 20th century up to the point this movie was released. So yeah, I actually really like this one. And yeah, again, this is probably my favorite movie that Ralph Bakshi's done. There's a lot of excellent music throughout, like from like all the different decades. Yeah. Yeah, I really like this, and I'm gonna give this movie a 9 out of 10, and yeah, I would definitely recommend it. Last I checked, it's still free to watch on YouTube, and yeah, definitely give this a watch if you have the time. So yeah, once again, if there's anything else I need to add, I'll put it in the comments. And I guess I'm just going to leave it at that for now. Mash it and smash it, signing off.